Yes, you are welcome. Hey, Pastor Moses, you're welcome. Yes, Chisache Eva, you're welcome. Hi, Dora, how are you? Dora, we have unfinished business. Mark, how are you? Hey, Agatha, welcome. Primrose, you are welcome. I reflect my screen. Now, how do I do that? In this moment when I'm already on live. I don't want to get off the broadcast and start tinkering. I don't know whether I can do it. Hey, Pastor Hassan Chibidango, all the way from Kigali. Yes, Kigali Redwoods Leadership. Raising and adding value to leaders in Rwanda and soon to the world. Yes, welcome. Diana Malemo, you are welcome. Hey, Eva Kasasa, welcome. Yes, Ivy Inapo says, Damimu Hardware Solutions. We turn your building dreams into reality. DW Medicals, that is from Bothwork Stephen and Laboratory Services. Great, welcome. Grace Ame, is that Ame or Am Consultants, Marketing and Communication Consultancy Firm, Media Buying and Planning, etc. Yes, Dora, behave, like for real. Atieno Claire, my brand is PK's Organic Farms. We make pork sausages, pork cuts like chops, sausages, bacon. Yes, and I've tested that brand. That product is excellent. She is doing an incredible job, so please support her. Hey, Pastor Roxy, welcome. Yes, Timothy, you are welcome. Watching from IoTech offices. Hey, this is Dut Panchol. Did I get that right? Watching all the way from South Sudan. Welcome. I know only one. I have one friend in South Sudan. One guy called Isaka, number one. He's an artist. I met him in South Sudan when I was doing a project. Good guy. Victorious Martha, you are welcome. Hey, Abigail, Hybrid Saloon located in Ntinda at Choma Zone. Yes, welcome, Abigail. Hi, Mali, you are welcome. We have 59 people on the broadcast, 61 actually. I think we usually start when we hit 100. Malik Shamaza from Fab Fash and Love Walk. Welcome. Those are Mali's brands. Moses Acheng says, hi, Pastor Jeremy. Yes, hi, how are you? Now Ivy has brought another business. These people with multiple income streams. Ivy's roast for all your chikalai needs. Wow. I tell we are fasting. Now you're telling us about chikalai negwe. Anyway, we shall break the fast. Bronny Grace Okuba Byron from Ronek Group. Welcome. We deal in architecture works, product design, and visualization. Yes. Catherine Hamia from Kingdom Kids Apparel, where quality is key. Edward Kisoma from Fave Incorporated, making your brand, I missed that, stand out through media. Yes, great. Joseph Rabose from Pispa Africa. Pispa Africa, did you guys move? I bounced at your office. There should be a big sign telling us where you are. Oscar Barije, welcome. George Barugahari, hey, all the way, I think, from Zambia. Welcome, George. Roxy, Pastor Roxy says the Right Now House, helping book writers get their idea into a book. Great. Ivy, you have a client right there. She wants Chikala. Go and get her the product. Hey, Pastor Solome, Glory Nantairo, present from Unstuck Administrative Services. If you need somebody to do your errands, sort out your administrative work, Pastor Solome and her team are at your service. Anna Katusime, Ankats Investments for all your financial solutions. Yes, Rhoda Mbaba Zibioga is on the call. She says, hi, Pastor Jeremy, the breakfast box at only 10K. Fill up your tummy at 10K, the breakfast box. Good job. Welcome, Pal. Welcome, Pal. 61, 60 people. I'm waiting for the numbers to go up. I'm going to give it a couple of more minutes. Welcome to Money Moments, everybody. Roxy, you're already getting hungry just reading it. Perfect. You moved up to plot 111 and Tinder Main Road. That's great. I should come and visit you one of these days. Yes, Patience Kaposh from Harvest Finance Limited. She is available to you. Welcome, Kaposh. Hey, Kenneth, you are welcome. Kenneth Rambula, welcome. Hey, Agatha, the brand is coming. It's taking so long. Do we need to perform a C-section for that brand to come out? Hey, Victorious Martha says, she's replying, Ivy, I'm getting homesickness. I just need some chikalai. Well, I don't know whether Ivy is able to export chikalai to you. But, yeah. We are going to give it another couple of minutes and then we will start. 66 people. Eva, I didn't see yours. What is it? I know it is SUA. Is it SUA? I didn't see it. Please post it again. Hey, Martha says we should share. I mean, not Martha, Mali. Mali says we should share the link so you hit 100 quickly. Your MBs are running. All right. Welcome, people. Welcome, people. Nahawe Doris and Winnie, you are welcome. Welcome to Money Moments. I am filling in for Apostle Moses Mukisa. And I have a very good, interesting sharing with you today. Firenze Katsi. That's a cool name. Firenze Katis. You are welcome. Hannah Karamaji, welcome. Welcome. Hey, Enoch Luyonza, all the way from Kigali. You are welcome. Lillian Whitefield, Senveo, and Twizere Rosette. You are welcome. Thank you so much for joining us today for Money Moments. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. All right, I am going to start. Thank you so much for making time for Money Moments. You are welcome. Just keep posting your brand. Welcome, Sharon Kisha, my sister. Mugaga, you are welcome. And Pam Kabagambi, you are welcome. Welcome. So I want to share with you something that I learned from a lady called Lynn Richardson. She is a financial coach and she has taught me lots of things. But I want to share with you something that I learned from her and share with you some of the things that we are learning under Straightforward Financial Growth. By the way, my name is Jeremy Byemanzi. I am a certified Straightforward Financial Growth coach. And I can tell you SFFG is going to transform your life. If Florence Babidie is on the broadcast, Florence, we need your contacts. Just let us know. If you need a copy of the Straightforward Financial Growth book, just indicate in the broadcast. Florence will get to you and deliver a book to you. She'll also let you know how to get one if you're outside of Uganda. So I want to talk to you about 5 Fs that are sabotaging your financial freedom. 5 Fs that are sabotaging your financial freedom. Every one of us is on a journey towards financial freedom, but we find ourselves falling into those little traps along the way that stop us from getting to where we need to go. And that is what I want to talk to you about today. The very first F is something called feelings. Feelings. Yeah? I think I told you before, a couple of broadcasts ago, that money is not emotional. You cannot be emotional about money. All right? As a person who is on the way to financial freedom, you must find a way of spending a lot less than you earn. You must find a way of spending a lot less than you earn. Somebody said to me, a successful man is one who is able to make a lot more money than his wife can spend. A man who is able to make a lot more money than his wife can spend. That is a successful man. But I want you to picture this with me. I want you to imagine that you stay in Chiwatule in the Sunset Apartments. And every evening around this time, 5 p.m., you send your kids downstairs to go and play in the driveway with their neighbors, with the kids from the neighborhood. And like a good mother, you probably sit at the balcony and watch your kids, just to make sure they're safe, make sure that they're not playing any games that could endanger them. So you're watching the kids. And then when your kids go downstairs, you're watching them play, and the kids from the neighborhood all come out. When the kids come out, they come out with all those cool bicycles. You know, that lime green, bright orange bicycles, and they're riding all these bicycles. And your son or your daughter has a balloon. A balloon. Then you notice that your son or your daughter is asking to ride the bicycle. So she asked one of her friends, "Can I please ride your bicycle?" And your friend tells her, "Tell your mommy to buy you yours. I'm not giving you my bicycle. Tell your mommy to buy you yours." And you are seated at the balcony and you are watching your child. How would that make you feel? What would you do if you were the mother of that child, if you were the mother of that boy or that girl? Yeah? This is what you would probably do. Immediately in your mind, you would begin to hatch a plan to buy a bicycle for your son or your daughter. For some people, you would even go to your savings account and get all the money that you have been saving. It may not be much. And you will go and buy the bicycle for your child the very next day. What you have just done is operated or acted on feelings, and you have spent money out of emotion. If you want to get to financial freedom, you can never be emotional about money. One of the challenges we have as parents is that we desire to give our children the very best, and that is a good thing. But you cannot always give your children what they want. If you are going to give your children everything they ask for, whether you can afford it or not, you are going to spoil them. What you should be teaching your children is how to manage money. Start by teaching them how to count money. Start by rewarding them financially. Start by giving them chores around the house to do, and give them a tip or pay them for those chores. Teach them the value of getting money. Under straightforward financial growth, we say three things: get it, guard it, grow it. And the earlier you start teaching your children to get money, the better. So the first F is feelings. And some of us act on feelings all the time. Let's assume maybe you've had a great week and you've been very busy working so hard on that project, and you just feel like, you know what, I deserve a treat. And then you go out and spend money that you don't have. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with celebration. I'm just saying you need to manage feelings when it comes to money. All right? So that's the first F. The second F. Are you ready for it? Family. Family. All right? Now, every one of us is born into a family. And I know that for some of us, you're born into a family where you are the only graduate. Okay? You're the only graduate, rather. You're the only graduate. So you're the only one that graduated. And maybe you're the only one who has a good job. You know? And so, in a way, you have a job, you are earning an income, and your family is all depending on you. Maybe your siblings are depending on you. You know? Your relatives are depending on you. They know you have a good job. Now, because of that, you put yourself under a lot of pressure to try and meet the needs of all your family. That's a bad idea. That is foolishness. Why? You cannot afford it. I'm not against generosity. What I'm trying to say to you is you need to manage your expenses. So create a budget, you know. Yes, you have siblings who are depending on you, but you can't turn yourself into a financier of your siblings if you can't afford it. Yeah. Some of you, every time your sibling comes to you, you're ready to bail them out, or you're ready to lend them money or to give them money. You know, you're like a loan shark of sorts. That is going to lead you to being broke even longer. It's going to sabotage your financial freedom, all right? So the best way to deal with family is to be honest and be truthful. Help them as far as you're able to help them. In fact, plan for it. But don't bend over backwards trying to bail out everybody if you are not able to do that. All right? This lady actually says that the best thing you can do for broke family members is not be one of them. The best thing you can do for broke family members is not be one of them. And if you continue at that rate, you will definitely be one of them. All right? So the first one is feelings. The second one is family. The third F that is sabotaging your financial freedom, guess what? Friends. Every one of us have them. They are great. I have some very good friends and I love them. But I'll tell you this. If you have 9 broke friends, it's just a matter of time before you become the 10th. I dare you, you are going to become the 10th if you have 9 broke friends. All right? So you must be very careful. The Bible says in 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 33, do not be deceived. Bad company corrupts good conduct or corrupts good habits, depending on the version that you're reading. So I want you to sit down and write down a list of your top 10 friends. Top 10 friends. And ask yourself a question. Are these friends going in the same direction that I'm going? Are these friends going in the same direction that I'm going? Kaposh says plot. Yes. You know those friends who always have plot? Plot of blowing money, chopping money, chop, 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 chop. You know, chop from the time you get your salary to the time it runs out. You're chopping money because you're blasting with friends. If you have 9 broke friends, it's a matter of time before you become the 10th. True story. True story. All right? So, feelings, family, friends. Are you ready for the 4th? Can you guess? Can you guess? Food. Food. All right? Food. Yes. Emere. Food. There are people that spend 10% of their income on food. There are people who spend 20% of their income on food. Believe it or not, eating out. You pick up your phone, you have KFC on speed dial. You have Cafe Javas on speed dial. You have Ivy's Roast on speed dial. You have Namawojolo on speed dial. You have the delivery numbers of all these guys. You dial and they bring food to your house. Food is going to make you broke. I am serious. I am serious. If you can't afford to eat out, stay in your house, Bambi, and prepare your committee. Let me tell you this. Do you know how much, and I have my facts here. Let me even bring them closer. Now, I know that many of us on this call are born again, but I want you to indulge me, all right? Do you know how much Johnny Walker Blue Label 750 mils costs? Does anyone know? If you know the cost, just write it in the feed, all right? Do you know how much? Do you know how much Jameson whiskey costs? A bottle of Jameson whiskey. Balokole are saying, forgive us, we don't know. Do you know how much Bailey's 750 mils of Bailey's costs? You don't know. But let me tell you, Johnny Walker Blue Label, the big bottle, costs a whopping 850,000 Uganda shillings. 850,000. Now I want you to imagine with me that you are the kind that buys alcohol every week. Let's say you buy maybe one bottle every week. Take it home, invite friends over. You sit, you have your whiskey, punch, watch maybe Formula One, 850,000. At the end of, assuming you take one bottle every week, all right? At the end of the month, you will have spent 3,400,000. Now that is a lot more than many of us actually earn. It's like beyond your salary. Now, if you bought that bottle every week for 52 weeks a year, that is 44,200,000 on food. On food, at the expense of your money, at the expense of your liver and some other things. All right? 44 million on alcohol. Alcohol is expensive. I once had a mastermind, and one of the guys who came on the mastermind said he does not go out on the weekend until he has 2 million shillings to spend. 2 million shillings. Imagine. Yeah? People are chopping money in Kampala like a problem. All right? So, food will make you broke. Plan, draw a budget. All right? Draw a budget. Yes, Mali, alcohol is finishing people's money, and it's also finishing the people. All right? So, the fifth F, that is sabotaging your financial freedom. The fifth F. And this one is big. If you think you escaped the food one because you're not an alcoholic or you don't take alcohol, this one is going to take you down. It is called fun. Fun. F-U-N. F-U-N. All right? Fun is good. It's good to enjoy life. But I'll tell you, if you're having fun when you are broke, there is a problem with you. There is a problem with you. Now, let me try and explain this point. Are you one of those ladies who buys an outfit for every party? Sisters, hold on. I'm shaking tables here. I'm shaking tables. All right? Every time there's a party, every time there's a dinner, every time there's a concert, you're getting a new outfit. Are you one of those? That fun is going to sabotage your financial freedom. And I'm not kidding. There's this thing that happens, and I see it a lot on social media, where somebody has a bridal shower or a baby shower that could pass for someone's wedding. Have you seen those? Yeah? They are so detailed that they tell you exactly what to wear, what colors to wear. All right? And sometimes the colors they choose are rare. They can tell you dress code is cadmium yellow. Now, where do you get that outfit? Or they tell you the color is burnt sienna. That's the color you're supposed to wear. Where on earth do you get those kind of clothes? So every time they invite you for this baby shower or bridal shower, the first F plus the last F combine to sabotage your financial freedom. Feelings plus fun, sabotage, come together to sabotage your financial freedom. Yeah? You see what I'm talking about? That happens a lot. That happens a lot, you know? You see people having parties every other weekend. They buy a new outfit. And because you've bought a new outfit, you don't have a shoe which matches the outfit. So you buy a cashew. Then when you buy a cashew, you realize the handbag you have is off. It is not cadmium yellow. So you get another handbag to match that one, you know, and already you've spent coming to 800, a million shillings, Uganda shillings, you know, at the NRM yellow, you know. And then you're trying to make sure that the Mogole is happy, because somebody has told you, if you don't put on the yellow the Mogole wants, she's going to cry. She's going to cry and be very sad. You'll have spoiled the bridal shower. And you don't want to spoil your friend's bridal shower, do you? You know? So you find yourself in a space where you are spending money that you don't have to have fun. And that fun is sabotaging your financial freedom. All right? So the 5 Fs that are sabotaging your financial freedom. Number 1, you remember? Feelings. Feelings. When it comes to feelings, you have to be very careful. Especially parents towards their children. Usually when a child wants something, a parent loses all sense of reason because the child wants it. So many parents are taking their kids to schools they can't afford because they want to give the best to their children. I'm not saying you should not give the best to your children, but I'm saying that if you're going to spend the inheritance you should be leaving for your children on education, it may not necessarily be wise. And I'm not saying don't take them to a lousy school. I'm saying think it through. Think it through. If your child wants to buy a toy they cannot afford, or you cannot afford, just tell them it will be a very good lesson for them. Just tell them, you know what? Unfortunately, we can't afford this. You know? If you are forced to buy a child a bicycle, you know, and the bicycle costs 650,000 shillings at game, drive to Katwe. In fact, jump on a boda, go to Katwe and buy it at half price, second hand. You will have saved 300,000. And that 300,000, you know what you do with it? You send it to your circle. In fact, you can even write it in the names of that very child who wanted that bicycle. Nandi Sima. 300,000 sent to the circle. She will appreciate that in the future. Feelings. Feelings are sabotaging your financial future. Number 2, family. All right? The best thing you can do for broke family members is not be one of them. True story. True story. Those of you who are receiving relatives from the village, be wise. All right? Number 3, friends. Friends. If you have 9 broke friends, it's just a matter of time before you become the 10th. True story. True story. This movie is real. It happens. All right? Number 4, food. Food. Eating. Emere. You can eat your financial future. All right? You can eat your financial future. If you're the kind who is always eating out, chips and chicken. I used to work at one of the companies I used to work for in the past. There was a lady in our team who was always buying food from out. Egwe, she was buying food. You would think she was living in the last days. The food was expensive, but I guess she had her money. But she kept buying expensive food for lunch, bully day. Bully day. And sometimes we lose a sense of reason. I also talked about alcohol. It can be very, 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 very expensive. All right? The 5th F, fun. Fun. If you're having so much fun and yet you're broke, there's something wrong with you. There's something wrong with you. Start managing your money well. All right? Now, enough of shaking tables and bullets. All right? Now, listen to me. Under straightforward financial growth, we teach you how to develop a money management plan. A money management plan. All right? Yes, I hear sushi and things like golden shrimps and prawns. I love prawns. Those are the things that are bringing you down. Yeah? Those are the things that are bringing you down. So, under straightforward financial growth, all right, we have something called a money management plan. And when you join an SFFG mastermind, we sit down with you and we help you manage your money well. We help you write down all your expenses. And your expenses must be a lot less than your income, because if your expenses are more than your income, there's a problem. There must be money coming in from somewhere that you're not tracking. So we help you create a money management plan, and it usually looks something like that, like this: 10% of your money, the first 10% goes to tithe. We are believers in God. God has given us everything we have, so we give him 10% first. He's the business partner that we pay first. After you pay God, the next person you pay is yourself. And the money you pay yourself does not go to sushi, does not go to golden shrimps, does not go to buying that red shoe. No, that money goes to securing your financial future. You put on your financial freedom account. It never goes off that account unless it is going to an investment. All right? That's how you do it. Then, that's usually maybe 20%, 30%. It can be more depending on how much you earn and the kind of way and the way you live your life. Sorry, I'm having some power challenges. All right? Then you sit down and say, okay, can I take off another 10% for giving? For giving. If you're an African especially, we are community people. You grew up in a community. People chipped in when you are going to school. They gave you school fees. When you're going back to school, you went to this uncle, the other uncle, the other uncle. They all gave you some money for pocket money. So you have to have a generosity budget and say, okay, 10% is to give to friends, is to give to family. Remember, I told you family can sabotage your financial future unless you plan for it. All right? That is already 40%. Then the 60% that is left is for you to blast. You can blast off the 60% as long as you have secured all the others. The 60, you can fit all your Fs into the what? Into the 60%. For some people, that might be less. Some people like to save more, depending on how they live, depending on how much you earn. That is fine. All right? But remember, you must learn how to manage your money. Let me read you a scripture from 1 Timothy chapter 6, verse 6 to 11 from the NKJV version. It says, "Now godliness with contentment is great gain. For we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain we can carry nothing out. And having food and clothing, with these we shall be content. But those who desire to be rich fall into temptation and a snare, and into many foolish and harmful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition. For the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil, for which some have strayed from the faith in their greediness, and pierced themselves through with many sorrows." All right? So what am I saying to you? There's nothing wrong with you wanting to be wealthy. The Bible says a good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. That's a good thing. But it also says the love of money is the root of all kinds of evil. All right? So be content with where you are. Be content with where you are. If you go and visit somebody and you see them having this huge television screen on the wall, and immediately yours becomes small, you're not content. You're not content. All right? There's a problem. Learn to be content where God has put you, and grow slowly and steadily towards financial freedom. So once again, be mindful of feelings, be mindful of family, be mindful of friends, be mindful of food, and be mindful of fun. Those 5 Fs, once you manage them well, they will help you not sabotage your financial future. One last thing, the 2 most important Fs, and I learned this from that lady. She said, the 2 most important Fs in your life are faith and financial freedom. Faith and financial freedom. All right? So once again, please get yourself a copy of the Straightforward Financial Group, Straightforward Financial Growth Book by Apostle Moses Mukisa. If Florence Mavide is on the group, she can contact you. It's a very good book for you. If you've not joined or been part of a Straightforward Financial Growth Mastermind, there are so many coaches on the group right now. I am one of them. If you want me to coach you, I'll be glad to do that. Apostle Moses is a great coach. He's available. I can see so many other coaches online here. Get in touch with them and they'll help you. We are committed to helping you make sense of your personal finances. So once again, thank you so much for joining me, and God bless you. Have a good evening.